All right, we are here today with Brooke Henderson and Brian Basil, VP of Product Creation at TaylorMade Golf, to chat about the P700 line of irons. You guys have included some new ones in the last couple of years. Kind of get Brooke to hit a few of them and see which ones are.
Yeah, sounds exciting. For sure. We've got the P7TW, the P7 CB, P770, P790. So we can walk through all of them and have you test them.
Perfect. Cool. And I know, so Brooke has actually used almost every one of these irons in your career, which is kind of cool. So the only one you haven't is the blade, which we'll hit at the end. But let's start off with the P790, which is the iron that you first were fit into when you moved over to TaylorMade Golf.
Yeah, for sure. The first week I put these into play, I actually won that week. So it's a great iron. It gave me a lot of extra distance, which I was really happy with at the time.
Yeah, for sure. And the thing I like about them is they are forgiving, but they don't look overly bulky. They look quite good at address.
Yeah, I mean, part of the recipe is that aspirational look. When you set it down or even look at the back, it almost looks like a muscle back blade. But inside of it is packed with technology. In this particular one that's coming out, our latest one here has a new face material in it. So it's a little bit stronger, a little bit even faster, which again, is kind of hidden in this beautiful gem of an iron. We've done a lot of things over the years to improve our 790s, even from the one that you had. We've moved the weight down. And so getting that trajectory up and getting that speed in such a nice package is what players are liking.
Right.
Yeah. And you find that, like, obviously spin is a big thing with irons, laying them on a green a little softer. That's a big goal of yours when you're redesigning the P790, just to help with stopping power.
For sure. I mean, what we've been going after is sort of that consistency of spin and consistency of landing position, because early on those distance irons, had a little bit more variation. Right. And so we've done a lot of work to expand that sweet spot and get that consistency even better.
Love it. All right, Brooke, let's get you to hit a couple of those and we'll just check out the numbers. So you're currently playing the CBs, right?
That's right.
That's all. Perfect. Good swing.
Very nice.
You're doing good there. How'd that feel? That was your first swing with the newly designed P790.
Yes, it felt really nice. And I took a little bit off of it, assuming that it would go a little bit further than how far I hit my CBs. So it felt great.
I like that kind of launch window in that. Yeah. And you could tell it had some spin. What was the spin on the...
So 17 launch, so that's pretty nice and high. And 5,200 spin.
Good.
Which is pretty good ball flight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's try to get you to fire one more of those, and then we'll switch to the P770.
A little right. Maybe not the best swing on that one.
The thing I liked about that, though, is like traditionally a little right miss like that, where you maybe don't catch it and compress it.
Right.
That still carried. I mean, pretty close to pin high, which obviously I like to see if it's missing right.
Yeah, I mean,
very forgiving.
Yeah, pretty forgiving. I mean, you did miss it a little bit, so it did drop about 5 yards there. And is that kind of what you would expect for a miss like that?
I think so, yeah.
Awesome. All right, let's go to the P770, which I know you have also used in the past. What did you like about this iron, would you say? Was it obviously a little compactor head?
Yeah, I liked it because I still hit it a little bit further than the irons I was previous to the 790.
Yeah.
So it was a good step down, but I also felt like I could work it a little bit more and was able to stop it a little bit easier. But just overall consistency, I felt like it was a little bit better than the 790s for me when I made the switch, which was good. And I used them for a really long time.
Yeah. What window would you say P770 fits for a player? Like it kind of wide range, right?
Yeah, I think it's down closer to a single digit player. We call it kind of the modern player's iron because you're starting to get a little bit of technology, but it's smaller than that 790, right? And so it's a little bit closer to if you played a traditional player's iron. So it's kind of bridges that gap. It's a nice sort of like segue. And some players like to sort of combo that up, right? And you've done that over time as well, I think. But anyway, that's kind of where it fits best.
Nice.
The thing I like about it too is at address, I don't know if Brooke, you can touch on this, it looks pretty similar to all the irons. They don't look a ton different when you look down at them.
No, they
One
don't.
doesn't look significantly bigger, which again, you're a visual person like I am, and I think that's super important.
Yeah, for sure. If the way it looks and feels is awesome, regardless of which iron you're using.
Love it. Let's see, fire one of these. Yeah, really nice.
One more.
Pretty good.
Yep.
Really good there. I like that height for the 6-iron.
Yeah.
It's going to land pretty soft, I think.
Agreed. Yeah, it's climbing close to 80 feet in height.
Yeah.
Which is 76, 79. So it's getting up there. It's good though. So between the two, you did get a little bit more speed out of the 790, which is what we expect, right? It's about
that, yeah.
3 miles an hour faster. But you get a little bit higher trajectory out of that 770, which again is kind of what we would expect.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be good for you landing on those firm greens that you play on tour. Do you notice much of a feel difference between those two so far? Is it pretty similar, would you say?
I would say pretty similar.
Yeah.
I mean, they both felt good.
Awesome.
Nice results.
That's great to hear. I mean, we work a lot on the sound and feel. I mean, those are both hollow body irons, and we're trying to make them sound as solid as possible. And for you to say that is a big win for us.
And I think, like, I even can speak for myself here. I have P790s in the longer irons right now, and I love the way they sound. They sound solid. Like, they don't sound hollow. They don't sound too techy, which I think is super important for players. So, okay, so CB iron is the next. Brooke, you've had this in the bag for a month
and a half.
Month and a half. Obviously enjoying them so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I get some nice height on it coming down, and just overall consistency with yardages, and just overall consistency in all aspects has really benefited my game the last month or so. I've been hitting a lot of greens and rag, a lot of birdie opportunities, which we like.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on this iron, we came off of the MCs and made this CB, which is also cavity back like the muscle cavity, but just the size of it and the sole width is just a touch bigger, and it's resonated a lot with some of our better players, and I'm glad to hear that it's going well so far.
Yes.
Awesome.
I feel like you also really like the workability of this iron.
Yes.
And you also hit a lot of knockdown shots, so I feel like it's just really versatile to be able to do that.
Just shape shots.
Yeah, it's definitely really helped moving to this iron to be able to do all those things that you just said. Yeah.
Yeah, I think workability is super important for anyone playing at a high level. Just being able to kind of attack pins from different directions and be able to hit all the different shots. Let's see if I fire one of these ones. Yeah, I really like that height.
A little higher.
Yeah, that's definitely a little higher there. Great shot, Brooke.
Very nice.
Thanks.
I mean,
I love these ones.
I did love that sound there. That was, they all sounded good, but that one just sounded a little bit more special.
Very solid.
Yeah, it's very solid. What was the spin on that? Yeah, really, it just sounds super solid.
Okay.
Good kick.
Okay.
Just a little heavy on that one, but
A little bit.
I like that though. Like, you're not going to hit it perfect every single time, and
Nope.
knowing that if you do catch it a little bit heavy, you can still get almost the same out of it.
yeah, I carried that bunker right there.
Yeah, exactly.
So
That's never going to be a bad thing, that's for sure. We're going to challenge you a little bit. We're going to go with the blade, which I know you haven't used in your career. Have you played many blades in your day, or is it?
I haven't. No, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's
very
honestly
pretty.
a piece of art.
yes, it is.
I'm kind of jealous they don't make them in left-handed. Maybe I'll speak to the VP of product creation at TaylorMade later and see if we can do that.
We'll work on it for you. Put that on the list.
Okay. I'm low in the priority, but okay. How's that look at a dress? Does it scare you? Of course not.
No, it doesn't scare me.
Okay.
It is skinny, but it's definitely a great looking club.
You guys have had quite a lot of success with this club. Not maybe more than what you were expecting.
Oh, for
Was
sure.
that-
Yeah. I mean, we think the number one player in the world has adopted this iron and is an incredible ball striker. Tommy Fleetwood as well. So Scheffler and Tommy, they both play this. Obviously inspired by what Tiger had done over the years, but it's worked for these players. I mean, it's people are, at that level are lining up for an iron just like this.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Hold on.
Still
I
caught.
mean, that still carried.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Thanks.
One more to keep it consistent, but that was
Very nice.
I mean, the dispersion amongst all those irons, which I really like. Obviously, they're all different levels of player can use those clubs, and they're kind of all achieving the same thing and maybe a slightly different way of getting there. A little lower flight, a little higher flight, but they're doing exactly what we want and not going crazy different yardages.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've essentially got these close to your spec in all of them, and so now we're seeing just those head differences.
Yeah.
And you have choices as a golfer.
Love that.
Still
Just
beauty.
putting on a clinic.
Very solid.
Great shot, Brooke.
Thanks.
Well, Brian, I think we have an iron for pretty much everyone here. I would say going out, getting fit, and figuring out which one fits your game is extremely important, because we clearly have something for pretty much every level here.
Yeah, I mean, you just go through this exercise and you get some different looks and some different feels, but these are all player-inspired irons, right? The P Series does that, but you have options, and whether you decide to go with one or combo it up, you know, they all, to your point, kind of look good together. And I don't know, what do you think?
Yeah, no, it was really fun to get to try all 4 again.
Yeah.
I love my CBs, but this was pretty cool and fun to hit.
Yeah.
And something I wouldn't have normally done, so it was good, and I got some good results. But no, it's nice to know what the options are and have the opportunity to hit them and see the numbers.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think, as you said, the comboing of these clubs is so cool that you can do that. Literally, you can almost have one of each.
You could,
because
yeah.
it would actually work. So there's not many clubs that are like that. So
Yeah, no doubt.
Pretty awesome. Definitely suggest you guys go check out these irons yourself, give them a try, get fit, and see which ones work for you.